police!
Urgent assistance.
In modern Britain,
There's been a big accident.
the most dramatic 999 calls
The car is now on fire.
often require not one, but two emergency responders.
I'm a police officer, she's a paramedic.
In Kent, one of Britain's biggest counties,
I'm just thinking if we just cover it all.
a groundbreaking joint response unit has been formed,
Ready, set, lift.
where both police and paramedic combine in one specialist vehicle
You've been arrested for assault.
to answer some of the most extreme 999 calls.
Right, stand clear. Everyone clear? Shock.
We already outdone ourselves on that one.
Face the wall? Mate, I can't believe we got him.
Coming up, a souped-up motor burns up the streets.
I jumped out, a floppy leg everywhere. I was like, shit.
Dangerously dazed and confused.
We got a pulse.
And it's an urgent race to help an expectant mum in distress.
Well done. Police, what's your emergency?
Kent Police and CCAM, the South East Coast Ambulance Service, call on each other thousands of times a year when one of them needs the services of the other.
Broadcast any patrol to assist with a cardiac arrest in a public place.
Unit on 07 will be there in 5.
And so, the JRU, or Joint Response Unit of Police and Paramedics, was born to free up vital resources and save lives.
We've got an ambulance and a police officer. They'll be with you as soon as they can.
Kent Police, special emergency.
There's been a big accident outside. I don't know what happened. All I heard was a crash. There's petrol, oil, everything all over the road here.
Right.
It's going to catch fire if we're not careful, I think.
Is anybody injured?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
The car's on fire. The car is now on fire. Excuse me, missus. Get away from the car. Get away. That car is over.
Fire and police and ambulance are all on the way. Just make sure everybody stays away from the car.
How far away are we?
It says 15 minutes, but I think we'll be there quicker.
In a high-speed response vehicle, Special Sergeant Hannah and paramedic Nathan respond to an urgent call-out to a residential street in Chatham town.
So we're going to an RTC. A driver has skidded and driven into a wall. We think he's got a broken leg and the car's on fire. And there's been explosions.
Oh.
A police patrol unit have also responded to the call-out, but there are no paramedics on scene and Nathan needs to thoroughly examine the driver.
The wall's not really going to move too much. He's going to take a fair bit of the impact. So it's just making sure it is just a broken leg and there's no other injuries that he might have.
From my perspective, it's just assessing the scene. It'll be if there's a fire, keeping people back, and then from there it's assessing why he's gone into a wall. Was there a medical episode? Is he drink driving?
Not only is there an injured man to deal with, but with the car on fire in a residential area blocking the road, there's a danger of multiple further casualties.
The risk of the car exploding, so you've got to keep a safe distance from the car. You don't want to inhale any of that smoke. There's a lot of chemicals. Sorry about these bumps.
Oh. God, and he's obviously hit that wall with quite a bit of impact there. Oh, he's a young guy. Let's go and see.
First on the scene, the fire crew managed to extinguish the burning wreck, which was a raging inferno just minutes before and captured on a neighbour's phone.
Hello mate, I'm Nathan.
Incredibly, the young driver managed to crawl out of the car before it was engulfed in flames, and now he's lying injured, being comforted by his girlfriend.
Gabriel is 21.
Yep.
Was driving up the hill, wasn't doing more than 30. About and crashed into the wall.
Yep.
He's been able to get out of the car, no head injury, remembers everything. No other injuries except an isolated lower leg.
Oh, perfect. Do you want some pain relief?
No, I want a cigarette first.
You want a cigarette first?
Yeah. If we can get the oxygen away and I can just have a fag.
Do you want a fag? Have a fag. I mean, there's enough smoke around anyways. I've never seen damage to a car like that from driving at 30 miles an hour. Frankly, it's just an isolated leg injury that he's got.
Miraculously, no one else was hurt, and Gabriel's only injury is a broken leg and a slightly damaged ego.
Do you know how annoyed I am? Like, honestly, do you know how annoyed I am?
At the back of the car, isn't it? Wowee.
Now the police side of the Joint Response Unit begin their investigation, and Hannah, accompanied by Special Sergeant James, need to figure out how the once white Mercedes ended up exploding in flames.
This driver's just gone straight into this wall here. It seems, considering the impact and the damage, it's a possibility that he's exceeded the speed limit.
You're right. I'm just going to advise, once they've done their bit, our protocol is to breathalyse you. Because we breathalyse, you can't have a cigarette for 20 minutes. So I can see you've got one now, we'll leave it 20 minutes, then we can just get the breathalyser done.
How new's the car? Oh, what brand new? Bless you. Which way were you going? Down the hill or up the hill?
Up the hill.
Oh, and it's just as it's...
Like, it's a powerful car, I'm not gonna lie. I accelerated and it then slipped out, hit the curb, hit the wall, spun. Shit. Silly purchase, really.
Okay.
His silly purchase has cost him dear. Gabriel paid £30,000 for the Mercedes AMG 63 sports car, capable of 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, only 3 days ago.
Were you wearing your seatbelt?
Yeah.
What did you hit your leg on?
The car.
Did the pedals come up inside?
Yeah, I jumped out. I was like, shit, my phone, I need to call my dad. Jumped back in, floppy leg everywhere. I was like, shit.
So, nice deep breaths. Take it in, hold it for 3 seconds, and then let it out, all right?
The team prepare Gabriel for what's to come, realigning his tibia and fibula bones in his lower leg. So on top of the gas and air, Nathan, aided by JRU paramedic Chelsea, administers something a lot stronger.
Right, we're giving him paracetamol through the vein, giving him an anti-sickness as well, and then we're going to give him some morphine.
The roadside procedure is about to get a lot more painful.
And it's going to hurt a bit when we move him.
With a surge in demand for police and paramedic help, the average time to answer emergency 999 calls has more than doubled from 2021 to 2022, and the services are working hard to improve their response times.
01, yeah, did you want to pop through CAD 4045, 7X over?
Yes, Rog.
It's 5:30 p.m. and a report is coming through that a patient has been waiting an hour for an ambulance. So JRU paramedic Alex and Special Sergeant John jump on the job to help.
Category 2 job that's come into the ambulance service for a 67-year-old female. It says that she's fractured her spine on Thursday, falling over somewhere. Sounds like she's fallen again, lying in the road, and she can't get up and blocking traffic. A van nearly hit her because of where she was. Need to make sure that the scene's sort of safe by blocking off the road. A good thing that sort of John can take charge of when we get there, and then we can go and assess the lady and see what's been going on.
Falls are one of the leading causes for emergency call-outs for medical assistance, and this patient's fall has left her in danger on the road.
Oh, bless her. Hello, Rita. My name's Alex. I'm really sorry it's taken us a little while to get here, sweet. What's happened today? Let's have a feel of your wrist.
And towards
Yeah.
in Ireland.
Oh, wow, okay.
Fractured my lower spine.
Okay, but a stable fracture, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Because you've been discharged, yeah?
Yeah, I just,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And they told me just wrist and move. I went for a walk across the road here. And I got to the middle of the road and my back went.
So the pain came on and then you've had a fall because of the pain?
Yeah, my back gave.
Unstable fractures of the vertebra in the spine require surgery to realign the bones, unlike a stable fracture, which only needs rest or a brace. But it seems Rita's pre-existing stable fracture may have caused her fall.
I think I've done this one.
It's not been your week, has it, sweet? Bless you.
And St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
Falls are the second leading cause of spinal injuries, and with Rita's already pre-existing fracture on her vertebrae, Alex has to quickly check if she's injured more than just her hip.
How much pain are you in right now? If you had to give it a score out of 10, 10 being the worst pain ever.
Definitely.
Okay. If I give you some gas and air, because I want to sort your pain out first before I start looking and poking and prodding you. It might make you feel a little bit giddy, like you've had a few too many gin and tonics. 01, hi mate, yeah, could I have grade 2, please?
After lying on the street for more than an hour, it's essential Rita's moved to hospital urgently.
That is all on me.
Thank you, mate.
While they wait, Alex does all he can to relieve her agony.
Are you able to straighten that leg out at all? No? Let me know if it hurts where I'm pressing. That's all. All right, sweet, I'm sorry.
But Rita is clearly in excruciating pain, and Alex needs to keep her stable so she doesn't deteriorate further or go into shock.
It's at the back of the car, isn't it? Wowee.
In Chatham, a young driver's lucky to be alive after his car spun into a wall and exploded into flames.
It's a powerful car, I'm not gonna lie. I accelerated and it's been slipped out.
While Joint Response paramedic Nathan administers pain relief for his broken leg, Special Sergeants Hannah and James are joined by a regular Kent Police Patrol unit. Hannah updates them on her investigation.
He's saying that he's come up the hill, he's tried to accelerate too fast, he's lost control, he's overcorrected too much, he's spun and he's hit the wall. I'll breathalyse him in a minute.
Good job he wasn't trapped in the car, wasn't it?
Yeah, no one's seen anything, but they heard him. So I reckon speed.
Stay with it.
Gabriel says he was driving at 30 miles an hour and only accelerated at the last minute.
There's a ring doorbell camera there, and we'll try and get that shortly.
So while officers go door to door to make further inquiries, Hannah checks if alcohol was involved.
Gabriel, you know we spoke about this breathalyzer, so we're going to give this a quick glow. Big. Keep going, 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 keep going. All done. Thank you. 0. Excellent, thank you. But he just blew 0. Can't smell cannabis or anything on him anyway.
Nice.
When you first arrived, before he got given drugs, his eyes weren't bloodshot or anything like that.
With no suspicion of drink or drugs, Hannah continues to examine the main piece of evidence, his burnt-out motor.
I've never seen a vehicle gone up in flames like this from hitting just a wall, so obviously it was quite a high impact. The only thing that is left are his work boots in the back. So yeah, he's a lucky boy, really.
But after some digging, another piece of evidence surfaces from a neighbour that could change everything.
And it just catches it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The CCTV footage reveals exactly what happened. The once white Mercedes loses control and hits the wall at speed.
Oh, okay, so the car lifts off the ground. You can imagine it was 40 plus on it, because the whole car lifted.
Gabriel manages to escape just in time, before seconds later, his car is engulfed in flames. It's now 30 minutes since the crash, and an ambulance has arrived to take Gabriel to hospital. But before he can be moved, the crew and Nathan prepare him for the agonizing pain to come.
Big breath on that gas. Give it a good go for a minute before we try and do anything.
Looking at his leg, you can tell it's broken just because of the deformity there. It's kind of in a bow shape, and then as he moves his leg, it's all floppy. So maybe don't move it yourself too much because it's going to hurt in a minute.
Gabriel's shattered bones need to be realigned into position, and the crew choose the perfect moment.
Yeah, I think you're done enough.
And when he's consumed enough gas and air, they straighten his leg into the splint.
That's it.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, the weight on my leg is fucked.
There you go. Let's get it up.
We've got him in the back of the ambulance now. He's going to be going off to Medway, our local trauma hospital, have an x-ray there of his leg. The fact he's self-extricated is a good sign, and then he's managed to get himself up here. I know he's got a fractured leg, but always a good sign.
While Gabriel makes the trip to A&E, Hannah has concluded her investigation.
Officers have discussed that potentially he may be reported for careless driving just due to the fact that there's quite a bit of CCTV of him speeding up, and he himself has said that as he was coming up the road he decided to speed up and lost control of the vehicle. That is the bottom of the car. That's all carpet. Then we've got recovery on to come and collect the car. Highways are on their way to clean up the road, ready for the road to be reopened, and we can go off to another scene.
The Joint Response Units attend around 3 road traffic accidents every week. And alongside the injuries, the teams have to manage the traffic and deal with the dangers of the roads. Today, paramedic Aisha is on her way to a call-out for an accident on a busy junction.
So we are attending an RTC, it's a road traffic collision. So it looks like we have two vehicles. One's gone into the back of the other one, I believe. We might have a patient who's trapped by the airbags, possibly a patient whose head has hit the window screen, so that's quite worrying for us.
Joined by Special Constable Clive, the pair head to the scene.
A concern for me is our welfare. One of the first things we'll do is, from a police perspective, I'll make sure that the area is safe for Aisha to tend to the patients.
We don't know how fast the cars were going. When we're hearing that somebody's hit their head on the window screen, there could be many different injuries. So the longer you take to treat those injuries, the more serious the outcome can be for the patient.
It's not just the occupants of the crashed cars that the team are concerned about. The accident is in the town centre, and the evening traffic will be building up quickly.
What's coming through is the vehicles are currently blocking the traffic. The traffic should be very slow. However, when people are frustrated, they don't think, and they do drive dangerously around those vehicles. At this point, we're the only unit going. When we get there, we can assess and then call for additional units as required.
It's crucial there's a police officer on scene to manage the incident and prevent further collisions. But Special Constable Clive is a volunteer on the force who's been with the JRU for just 15 months.
Still on the steep learning curve. The great thing is, you know, obviously we're working with very highly skilled, experienced paramedics, and also our colleagues. They value what we do because, like, at this point, they potentially may not have a police officer that could attend this. I really enjoy it.
Guessing this is them causing all this.
The accident is on a major cross junction in the middle of the town.
Hello, sir. How's it going?
I'm in a lot of pain now.
Okay, no problem. We've got a paramedic with us as well. Where's the driver of this vehicle?
That gentleman there.
Have you got any injuries, sir?
No, only my hand.
Partially blocking one entrance of the junction, cars are trying to squeeze dangerously around the crash.
Right, wait there. You guys, do not go any further. Do not go through.
Protecting the scene is Clive's main concern.
Do not move, because obviously we're now working and you guys are going to start driving very close to us. Juliet Romeo 04 to control. Can we have some additional units and get recovery for two vehicles, please? We're basically blocking the traffic lights in cross junction.
The cars are too damaged to be driven, so Clive keeps the lane closed, even though the drivers are getting increasingly frustrated.
Don't go through. Stay where you are.
I've been directed to move the bus, and I told you right, but this cannot fit me. Is there any way you can assist?
If you can bear with me, what I'm worried about is I let you go, and then I can't cope with that traffic.
Exactly, I know what you're trying to do.
Clive wants to keep the bus there to block the opposite lane, so impatient drivers can't get past. It's causing even more of a jam, but until he gets help, he has little choice.
So I have called for assistance. The problem is there's a lot of priority calls at the moment.
As Clive tries to manage the traffic, Aisha sets to work.
Point with your hand where the pain is in your shoulder.
Right there.
Right there. Okay, I'm just going to lift up your... A little bit red in the area.
Hurts a little there.
There could be further injuries. Aisha takes a closer look.
So it's pulling a little as I get right up the top.
Okay, but you're able to do it, which is good. Can't feel any obvious breaks or anything. I would have thought if you've completely done your rotator cuff, you would have difficulty getting it up as high as you have.
It feels like when I tore one before, it's just a little sore.
Yeah, okay, all right. Just want to go and have another chat with the other gentleman because I just want to check him over. Right, have you got pain anywhere at all, my love?
Only up the arm.
Okay. You didn't lose consciousness or anything?
No.
Didn't hit your head anywhere? No. Airbags go off?
Airbags.
Brilliant, and you're wearing your seatbelt, yeah? It's looking like both patients have been very lucky, maybe a pulled ligament. The other gentleman, again, very minor injuries, some scuffs to his hand, bit of muscular pain, but I think both been very, very lucky.
Once the injured are checked out, Clive begins his investigation into the incident.
I'm trying to see if there's any skid marks. I can't see any skid marks.
As part of his probe, he needs to rule out drink driving as a potential factor in the collision.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Perfect. So it's just analysing there. You can see you've got the red and the green lights.
While the driver finds out his fate 10 miles away.
Let me know if it hurts where I'm pressing. That's all. All right, sweet, I'm sorry.
67-year-old Rita is waiting for help after calling an ambulance an hour ago following a bad fall and landing on a curb.
How much pain are you in right now? If you had to give it a score out of 10, 10 being the worst pain ever. Okay.
Once he's checked it's only her hip that's been damaged, paramedic Alex has to straighten her leg to reduce her agony whilst trying to keep her stable.
Do you think you could sit up a bit and we could put a blanket behind you? Okay. Let's get some pain relief in you and then we might be able to do it a little bit more. Okay. It's going to be a sharp scratch in your arm. All right, 1, 2, 3.
To help manage her acute pain, Alex administers an intravenous paracetamol drip.
Would you be able to do me a favour, sir? And if you just stand over here and just hold this for me.
And Rita's partner, Pat, is on standby to assist.
How do you think you want to move it? Just straighten it straight out?
I just need to straighten it.
Yeah. Keep going on that gas and air for me. Fill your lungs with it as much as you can. And again for me. And again. That's it. I'm sorry, sweet.
Rita's increasing pain means Alex needs to give her something much stronger.
Right, let's give you a little bit of morphine. I'm going to give you just a small bit to start with. I know it seems awful leaving you in the position you are, but I don't want to move you somewhere else and then we're going to have to move you again when the ambulance come and it's probably going to be quite painful.
Even though Alex has managed to straighten part of Rita's leg, he can't risk moving her on his own. But it's been 20 minutes since he called for backup.
So let me find out whereabouts the ambulance is coming from. 01, evening. Just wondering if you've got an update of how long the crew might be over.
I haven't got anything at the moment. It's pretty much the story. Everyone's at hospital, unfortunately.
As a result of COVID and more demand for hospital beds, ambulances have been stuck in queues delivering patients to hospital, and the services are facing extreme pressure. And it's been nearly an hour and a half since Rita fell.
If we could just try and get one as soon as we can. This lady's outside, is in sort of the road and it's getting quite dark and also she's in a lot of pain.
It's now early evening and temperatures are dropping quickly.
As soon as I get an ambulance, it's yours and I literally have nothing.
Sorry, Rita, so we're still waiting.
In Sevenoaks. It's been an hour and a half since 67-year-old Rita fell, landing awkwardly near the curb. And as the evening draws in, the temperature has dropped. But with a severely damaged hip and a pre-existing spinal injury, paramedic Alex can't risk moving her on his own.
Quite busy today, so we're just waiting for the ambulance to arrive and then pop her off to hospital for an X-ray and see what's going on with her hip, really.
Rita's partner, Pat, tries to give her support while Alex diagnoses the extent of her injuries.
Some of the things I've sort of found on my examination could suggest that you have fractured your neck of femur. It's the top of your femur that goes into your hip.
Most hip fractures occur to people over 60 and are more common in women who are more likely to get osteoporosis, a condition which makes bones weak and brittle.
You still feeling quite cold?
With the temperature at a chilly 9 degrees, a blanket isn't enough to keep Rita warm, so Special Sergeant John steps in.
This will be warm as well. This is like big layers. There you go. That's all right. We'll put it up there. All right. And at least there's definitely no cars can grab you now. Oh, look at that.
Finally, more than 2 hours after the initial call-out, the ambulance arrives.
They can't come soon enough. This is when we find they're not here for us, Rita, and
they just drive straight past.
Yeah, one of the neighbours is called.
Right, I'll block them in. Hi.
Rita, I've got a lovely ambulance crew.
But now comes their biggest worry: how to get Rita off the curb and into the ambulance.
She's got pain on her left hip. She's sort of half on and half off the curb, as you can see. Next challenge will be to work out how to get her up, really, because A, it's gone dark, so that makes it a little bit harder, and also she's sort of half on the curb and half off. So I think it's going to be a bit of a tricky sort of manoeuvre to get her up. Right, so we're going to grab her. We've got like a metal stretcher that splits into two, and we're going to slide it in either side of you, and it's going to be a bit awkward. I mean, you could have fallen in the middle of the road, couldn't you?
Scoop stretchers are ideal for lifting a patient with potentially serious injuries without having to roll or lift them. And being in two halves means it can get into more difficult spaces. But moving Rita won't be easy.
She's at a really awkward angle.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do it with the scoop, to be fair. Unless we try and just spin her around.
There's only one way to get Rita off the curb and onto the scoop. So Alex tries to prepare her for the pain when they can finally move her.
Right, Rita, keep going on that gas and air for me. Okay, I want you to take some really nice, big, deep breaths in on that for me. Okay, so let's try and sit you up nice and slowly. I want you to keep breathing in on that gas and air. That's it. If you move your good leg round to the right a bit more, just spread your legs a little bit. Oh, I think we've just passed out.
Rita's lost consciousness, so the crew turn her quickly while she's still out cold.
All right, Rita.
We got as well. So.
Can we grab the life back? If we move her this way a little bit more. That's it. And again, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Everything's fine. I think she's had some morphine, which can drop your blood pressure, and I think the pain's just made her had a little fainting episode.
Oh, got eyes open.
There we go.
Rita, can you talk to me?
Hello, Rita. It's okay. Everything's fine, I promise. It's all okay.
Finally off the curb and on flat ground, Alex and the crew can maneuver Rita onto the scoop.
That's it. You had a little fainting episode on us.
Which was helpful.
To be fair, it was helpful because you didn't feel anything. She was on the gas and air, sucking quite hard, and if you take a lot of that in, it can make you sort of zone out or pass out and faint. And I think that, coupled with the pain, with sort of sitting her up, probably dropped her blood pressure a little bit, and she did pass out. Although it was quite horrible for her and horrible to see for her husband, it meant we could move her into an easier position to get her up. Look at that, John's getting his guns ready. He's on it, ready to start lifting. Ready, set, lift. There we go. All right, there'll be a couple of bumps as we get you in, Rita.
Rita will be off to hospital for x-rays and will be tested for osteoporosis.
She was really brave. Oh, the position she was lying in.
Yeah, it looked very uncomfortable.
God, I'm moan if I'm like, uncomfortable on the sofa.
Very stoic, bless her.
Yeah, she is. That Irish in her.
Oh well, Rita's off to hospital and on to the next.
Take a deep breath and blow constant.
Special Constable Clive is breathalyzing a driver involved in a crash at a busy junction, which has caused long tailbacks.
Perfect. Okay, the legal limit is 35. You blew 61, okay? So, at this point, I'll be arresting you for drink driving, excess alcohol in your breath. Do you understand?
It's been an hour since calling for backup, and now Clive has to detain the suspected drink driver and deal with the traffic to keep the scene safe for paramedic Aisha.
Go back. If you do it again, I'll give you a ticket. Now go back.
On a scene like this, you've always got to think about the public that are there and how they're going to get in the way of the scene and you doing your job, which is sometimes really challenging, which is great to have a police officer because it means they can be dealing with that side while I'm concentrating on treating the patients.
Clive's plan to use a bus to help block one lane to prevent cars edging past the site of the accident is working, but driver's patience is wearing thin.
Why aren't they moving it then? I don't understand.
So I've requested it. We've got a lot of priority calls, assaults, domestics. If your family was involved in that assault, you would want us prioritising that over moving these vehicles. Would you agree?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
That.
But not everybody is as understanding.
We can't go past, no?
No.
We can't go down there.
So if you come over here now, we'll have a chat.
Why do I want to talk to you, mate?
Well, you've come up to me, well, if you don't, that's great.
No, I want to know why you're stopping all the fucking traffic, mate.
So listen, we've probably got hundreds of vehicles backed up. We've got a bus staying there. As soon as we move that, it won't be safe. So I'm dealing with individuals as and when they're coming up, which obviously takes longer.
The London bus can't be moved without additional help to deal with the traffic it will free up. And a TfL or Transport for London staff member has arrived, but he may not be enough.
Is it all right if I start turning those round?
The real problem that I've got everyone's just going to go loopy. It'll be like letting everyone go crazy.
Champagne all the time.
And I'm not comfortable you being on your own doing it.
Have you got an ETA for any assistance at all?
No.
On top of Clive's traffic troubles, paramedic Aisha discovers there's a problem with the arrested driver.
Clive, so this gentleman is overdue his insulin. He doesn't have the kind of insulin that he needs on him. How long will it be until he's going to custody and he can see the custody nurse?
I've got no ETA for additional resources to convey.
Right. The patient has type 1 diabetes. He is overdue his insulin now. His sugars are a little bit high. I'm quite concerned that the more time that's going on, the higher his sugars are going to get. And then when you start going into more hypoglycemia, it can bring all sorts of problems.
The driver's insulin levels aren't the only concern to the team.
We've now been waiting here an hour, if not more. All the time that he's waiting here, that blood alcohol level is going down and down, and they can't use the roadside breath test in court, so it has to be the one that they do at the station.
A roadside test is only used to screen alcohol levels. To be convicted, suspected drink drivers have to fail a more accurate evidential test as soon as possible under controlled conditions at a police station. But at least one of Clive's problems may soon be solved as TfL come forward with a solution.
If I could get some assistance, I'd be quite happy.
Okay, I do appreciate it.
Yeah, gold badge from TfL that you make, guys.
Stop showing off.
No.
I've got my cycling proficiency.
Normally, TfL look after London's road networks, but they've turned up en masse to help move the crashed cars and manage the traffic.
Do you want to do Beamer first?
Yeah, let's do the Beamer first. We've been very, very fortunate, TfL, that have kindly offered to help move the vehicles. Whee, good lad. Thanks very much, gents.
No problem.
And to be fair, at this point, we still don't have additional police units.
Finally, more than 2 hours after the team arrived, the junction is clear and traffic can start to flow again.
Thanks very much for your patience. Have a good weekend, thank you.
You all right?
Yeah?
Yeah. Stressed?
Yeah?
We did it.
And there's more welcome news. A police officer arrives to help transport the suspected drink driver.
Hey, buddy. We've got the detainee's vehicle needs to be recovered, so I've ordered that.
Where's our arrested person?
It's this gentleman here who's been fully compliant. We've got all these details.
I'm going to be discharging this patient into the care of the police. They're going to be conveying him up to the hospital, and whilst they're there, he can get the insulin that he needs.
To keep blood sugar levels stable, anyone with type 1 diabetes needs to inject insulin regularly.
He's receiving his long-acting insulin. What will now happen is 2 samples of urine will be taken. If the samples go over the legal limit, then he'll be invited in for an interview. In this incident today, instead of another vehicle that was, part of that incident, it could have been a pedestrian that had a right-of-way at that point. The people involved were extremely lucky with the minor injuries that they received. That could have been much worse.
Across Kent, the emergency services are on standby 365 days a year.
Kent Police, where's your emergency?
Taking thousands of calls every month, the 999 control room send the joint response units across the length and breadth of the county.
Are the armed males there?
Where has the victim been wounded?
Okay, just take a deep breath for me. We're going to send a unit on our way to you now.
In 2021, the JRU responded to over 5,000 incidents alone. And tonight, it's Special Inspector Scott and Paramedic Alex on their way to a call-out.
Yep, calls coming through as an obstetrics emergency. Patients have a free birth. If anyone could offer assistance, other.
04, yes, midwives aren't on scene. Did you want us to go and support as well?
Yes, please. Thank you so much. Coming through now.
JRU baby. Category 1 call for a obstetric emergency. So it's a 28-year-old female in active labour. Doesn't want to go to hospital, so she wants to have a home birth. Contractions are fairly close together, so 2.5 to 3 minutes. Let's race the baby, see if we can get there before it pops out.
Baby is coming quickly, and a midwife can't get there in time.
We're backing up a paramedic ambulance that's ahead of us. As soon as the baby's out, you've got 2 patients. So if you've got mum that becomes quite unwell and baby who might not be breathing or might need some support sort of with ventilation, you can easily have your hands tied sort of dealing with 2 people.
2 patients means double the risk, so it's critical to have another paramedic on scene.
Obviously the worrying thing about that is if there is any complications, we are quite away from hospital. Probably the only call that really scares the living daylights out of me. It's a dead-end road, so there's the truck actually. I don't think we've managed to get it down there.
In Sheerness, paramedic Alex and Special Inspector Scott are responding to a call-out for a woman giving birth at home, needing assistance. An ambulance crew are on scene, but they've requested backup because if there are any complications, they'll have 2 patients needing urgent care.
See, this is where I feel obliged to stay outside.
Get the edge to push. Oh.
Mum Kaylee and Dad Jordan have opted for a home water birth, but a midwife has been delayed and birth is coming quickly.
Well, I love the fairy lights. You proper pimped it out, haven't you? Like,
Oh.
how are you feeling, Dad? Are you all right?
Yeah, but just worried about
Oh. Just come forward just slightly, Tash. She's gonna have a look, all right? I can't. That's fine, darling.
The pressure of the baby on the pelvis in the final stages of labour can be extremely painful.
Have you had any paracetamol or anything? Or no, don't want anything at all. So far she's progressing pretty well. The contractions are coming about every 50 seconds now, becoming shorter and shorter. We can start to see baby a little bit as well on the contractions. It's just getting an area ready for baby, just in case they need any support. Sometimes they just take a little bit of time just to sort of know that they're out in the world as such, and then might just need a bit of help just with a bit of oxygen just to help get them breathing sort of a bit better and stuff. So we've just got that ready in case.
Despite only delivering 7 babies in his job, Alex is confident and on standby for any complications with baby's breathing or heart rate, as birth is imminent.
Oh, that pressure is so bad.
At any point you change your mind about pain relief, let us know, okay?
Problems with the umbilical cord, baby getting stuck in the birth canal, or excessive bleeding from mum are all things Alex and the crew have to closely look out for.
That's it, lovely. Keep going. Oh. 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 I can feel the baby's head. Yeah, I know. I can see it. Well done. Ah! Ah!
Baby is coming quickly. Far quicker than the team expected.
Good girl.
Well done.
The first 60 seconds of a newborn's life are critical, and baby isn't crying yet. Crying is a signal that it can breathe on its own.
Are we able just to give little one a rub? Because I think it just needs to give a little rub, bit of stimulating. We need to see if we can get her crying, bless her.
We're a little bit blue, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right. There we go.
There we go. Hello. Got her?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's just pop her in. We're just going to go and do a few checks, and I promise she's absolutely fine, all right? Oh, well done. Oh, that's what we like.
Baby is crying and healthy, and there's a collective sigh of relief all round.
Hello, Mum.
Is she okay?
She's absolutely fine. She's been crying. Her heart rate's nice and good. The fact no midwives on scene is always a bit of a concern for us. Little one was eventually born quite quickly, to be fair. So as a result, it was a little bit shocked when it came out. It took a while to sort of start crying and sort of taking some breaths. High five. You've got a little sister.
Amazing. And she's got more hair than me. That's not hard.
So that's my 8th baby delivered. I can sigh now and, yeah, take a deep breath. All done.
1 minute, the joint response team are delivering babies. The next, saving lives.
80-year-old female, unconscious, not breathing.
And almost immediately, there's another emergency call-out.
Came for as a Category 1 call to the ambulance service. Not many details. The daughter's just arrived on scene, apparently, but there's no further update. It has now gone down to a Category 2 call. We can make scene and go and see what's going on.
A Category 1 call can mean a matter of life and death, like a cardiac arrest. But a C2 is also serious, where a patient needs rapid medical treatment.
This one just here.
And even though this is another job for the paramedics, police officer Scott gets stuck in to help where he can.
Cool. Oh, getting heavy. Must be getting weaker.
Hello. What's her name?
Brenda.
Brenda. Brenda, my name's Alex. What's happened, sweet? You don't know?
No.
What does Brenda suffer with, do you know?
Nothing. Not really tablets.
No medical problems, okay. Has she been feeling unwell today then, or?
Yeah,
so,
she's been sick.
She feels very warm, bless her. So is that vomit that she...
Yeah,
so it's quite green.
Yeah. Is Brenda usually mobile, up and about?
Very mobile.
Yep. So this is very unlike her to be the way she is, okay.
Brenda, can you open your eyes? Hello. Have you got any pain anywhere? In your belly?
You should not lock the door. Don't.
Okay, sweet.
Brenda's husband called for help after he noticed the normally fit 80-year-old getting more unwell throughout the day.
There we go.
Now almost unconscious, Alex has to quickly determine why.
So, Brenda's got a temperature at the minute. I'm going to pop her on a bit of oxygen because her oxygen levels are a little bit on the lower side. I think Brenda needs to go to hospital. I'm just going to put this mask on you. Right, let's just make sure we've got an ambulance coming and then 04. Yeah, just a scene update. I think this patient's got a nasty infection. She will require conveyance.
I'll get grade 2 on there for you as soon as possible, over.
At the minute, obviously, Brenda's quite unwell. She's showing a lot of signs for sepsis. So nasty infection, so sepsis is when the body sort of goes into overdrive and it's the body's response to an infection. Be a blue light journey into hospital for her and receive some antibiotics and get her on the mend.
Sepsis is the body's extreme response to an infection, and if left untreated, it can cause organ failure and is one of the leading causes of death in the UK. So Alex has to work quickly.
Brenda, are you happy if I pop a little needle in your arm? A cannula to give you some fluids? Yeah? Okay.
An intravenous drip helps keep the blood pressure from dropping dangerously low and ensures the body has enough fluids to help the organs function.
If that's all right, mate, yeah.
So the longest one I've held one of these is for about an hour.
We're just giving you some of that paracetamol now, Brenda. All right.
But Alex is limited to what he can carry in his medical bag, and supplies are running low.
Well, I've now only got half a cylinder of oxygen left. Yeah, without that, she'd become more unwell, and she's perked up quite a bit just with some oxygen and some fluids. She looks a lot better than she did when we first arrived. I don't know if there's anyone else that can bring some oxygen down. I've got no more oxygen left. I'm literally on half a cylinder now.
491, they're on their way to you. They're literally just going past Medway Station now, over.
An ambulance crew have arrived to take Brenda to hospital.
Hello. Thanks for coming. I was back to grade 1 because I'm running out of oxygen. I think if we were waiting any longer, I would have had to increase it probably to a grade 1 backup because without oxygen, her levels are really low and that's quite detrimental to her. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Luckily, the crew got there. We sort of rapidly extricated her out to the ambulance and carried on her care there, and then the crew have blue lighted her into hospital. 1, 2, 3. We'd have a team waiting to start giving her some antibiotics and do some bloods and work out where her infection is. That's it.
I jumped out, a floppy leg everywhere. I was like, shit.
It's not been your week, has it, sweet? Bless you.
It's a fantastic.
Okay, the legal limit is 35, you blew 61.
Brenda, my name's Alex. What's happened, sweet?
There we go.
There we go.